So as you can see, we have our hub site listed here. The next step is to create a restaurant. So to do that, I'm going to go to the My Restaurants feature and click this plus sign, create a new restaurant, and I'm going to give it a name. Created a few demos here, so I'm just going to go demo restaurant number 2. The description can be anything that you like. So I'm just going to go tasty burgers and fries. External URL. Here I could put a link to the restaurant website. Demo restaurant.com. Add the logo for the restaurant. Here I'd select if they offer carry out, or if they want to be able to offer carry out orders through our site. If they have a minimum amount, I'd enter that here, so maybe $5. And the default time that takes them to the restaurant to prepare a carry out order, so I'll leave this at 30 minutes. Also, if they offer delivery, so I'll leave that checked. A minimum order amount for delivery, I'm gonna put that to $10. The restaurant charges a delivery fee, I'd enter that, so maybe $3. And the delivery restaurant time, so I'm just gonna write this and go 45 minutes. The server offset time, our servers are based in the central time zone in the US, so I'm actually live in the mountain time zone, so -60 to offset the server by 60 minutes. That way all the times sent through in the confirmation text and everything like that will display as the proper time. So this is a calculation you have to do for the time zone that you're in, plus or minus from Central Standard Time. Here I'd select the different cuisine types that the restaurant offers. We're making a default one here, so maybe give it chicken, wraps, pizza, and Italian. And then here I'd select the cities that this restaurant's in. You can select multiple, but I'm just going to pick Atlanta. If you need more cities, just put in support ticket. We've added a whole bunch of them here, and we'll hopefully add a filter feature pretty soon, but for now this is how it works. And then I could scroll down to the bottom and click save. Apparently I missed the EP on this one. That's the actual web URL. There's the format for a web URL. It looks like I still missed something. I need to add a logo in here. So I'm just going to scroll down and find chowdown logo. And maybe now it'll let me save it. Yeah, so you see once it's saved, it says restaurant has been created. And there's some additional tabs I need to fill out to complete the setup. Location, enter the restaurant location, 123 Main Street. Street 2 is optional. City, we put Atlanta. State would be Georgia. And the code 334. I don't know if that's an actual Atlanta zip code or not, but then I'll just click save. So that updated. Next I want to go over to the contact. Here I put, this would be the restaurant phone number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. if I wanted to put a different auto number to enable the auto call, our site has an auto call functionality. So when if it's enabled, uh, our system will place an automatic phone call to the restaurant, letting them know that they've received an order. So this could either be the same restaurant phone number, or if I want to put a different number, say the owner, the number of an owner or manager, could have it call them directly. I'll just enter that here. Fax number. Again, here I can down at the contact method, I can select how the order is getting sent to the restaurant, if it's email, by fax, or email and fax. So if I choose fax or email and fax, then I need to put the restaurant's fax number. Email address that they want order sent to would go here, and an SMS number for the restaurant to be notified. So this would most likely be the owner or manager's SMS number. I'm just gonna put my own number in here. You can see that just auto populates, and I'll turn on the confirm by phone that the automatic call would be placed when an order comes through. Again, I'll click save. So the next one out is pickup hours. As you can see here, I just choose which days the restaurant's open. So say they're not open on Mondays, I'd leave that closed. And I would just go through and pick the time, or I can type it in here and enter it. So maybe this restaurant's open. Demo restaurant opens at 9:30 till 6:30. And maybe just to show you guys how this works, maybe on Tuesdays they're open from 11 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. and then again not from 4 o'clock p.m. until 9:30 p.m. So if I did have to put split hours on a day, I'd just use both fields. And I'll, for the sake of time, stop that here. Not film the rest. Delivery hours, exactly the same as pickup hours. So you might either copy the same hours or check it with the restaurant if the delivery hours are different. Some of them might have different hours that they deliver. And again, one thing to note is these hours would control when orders can be placed, or when the restaurant is actually able to accept online orders for the system. So if they didn't want to accept online orders for a specific period, like maybe they're really busy during or dinner hour, you can set that here so that online orders wouldn't be submitted at that time. And the last two, bank info, credit card details. Probably not something that you need to worry about right now. We'll hopefully be adding this feature in later on. So again, not something you really need to worry about. And images, if you wanted to add some pictures of the restaurant, that they would be displayed on the hub site listing, kind of in the info section. And I think that's it. So one thing is, if I were to go look at this restaurant now, I would actually see a server access error because I haven't created a menu yet. But that's the next step. So let's go to the next video and I'll show you how to do that. Thanks. So to create a menu, as you can see, I'm in the My Restaurant screen. First thing I'm going to do is go to View Menus, click this middle button here. It says you have not created any menus yet. Although I don't have any menus for this restaurant yet. I'm going to click plus, New Menu, and here it automatically creates a menu called New Menu and sets it to active. one important thing to note is you can only have one active menu at a time for a restaurant. I could have multiple menus created, but only one could be selected as active. And the first thing I want to do is create some categories. So uh, this would be based off the menu of the restaurant, so but maybe appetizers, entrees, and desserts, just for our example here. And then in each of these, I would go through and create the menu items. To do that, go to Add Item. Menu name is example menu item number one. Save. Enter the price. It's $5. Save. Active. And then I'd enter the description. Delicious food. A couple other features I want to show you guys. If I want to delete the menu item, I would click here. This delete button here would delete the entire section. Be careful doing that. And if I wanted to copy the menu item, use this feature. And this is a really important one, adding subcategories. So if I wanted to say have some side dishes, I would enter that here, change the description. Here I can select if these options are going to be ANDed or ORed. So OR means that only one of them can be selected, AND means I can select multiple. I'm going to leave it at AND. I would add an item. So maybe for sake of example, fries would be the first side dish, and there's no add or price for that. Maybe a Caesar salad is the second one. There's an added price of $1 for that. So you can see, so if someone were to come through and order example menu item number one, they could choose Caesar salad and they check out, and then the price would be 5 plus 1. Also, if I have this checked here, like when you're creating it, that would mean fries would be checked by default. I could check it, uncheck it, and nothing would be selected by default. And another useful feature for creating the subcategories is I might want to have different sizes available. If you're creating a pizza or something like that, I could have the regular size. This example, maybe I'll have them ORed together, and then I could have a large with an adder of $1, and the extra large, an adder of $2. That's how you would create different sizes to handle the different pricing. So an extra large example menu item number one would have a price of $7. Two plus the $5 base charge. And so one last helpful tip when you're creating a menu, typically items in the same category will have the same subcategories as well. So in the interest of saving you time, you probably want to create the first menu item, create all the subcategories, and then just copy it down so you can see all the side categories came along with it. And then I can just go change the name. Example menu item number 2. This one would be $6. And you can just copy them down and just change the names and the descriptions. And that's how you create a menu. So now that we got our restaurant created, the next thing we need to do is go back to our hub site and add the restaurant. So to do that, I'm going to go here. Um, Here's where we'll get into featured businesses. So I'm going to scroll down. As you can see, I don't actually have the filtering set up quite yet, but um, what did we call this? Demo restaurant number 2. So I'm going to set it as a featured business as well as a basic and as a bronze level business. Bronze being our lowest level. And then I click save. And just to show you guys how that works here. And so you can see this is the featured business listings. They show up on top with this yellow border. The regular listings show in the middle with the gray border. And the bronze business listings show at the bottom with just a white border. So if you wanted to be able to upsell restaurants, you could create them free, maybe create them a free bronze listing, and then charge them to be upgraded to your basic or a featured listing, and you don't need to use those same terms. You can use whatever terms you want for your business. And so the last thing in here, the next thing we want to do is create a standalone site. So this will be a new site. I'm going to click this plus sign again. This will be for demo restaurant number 2. I'm going to type that in here. Number 2. Same thing for this display name. The difference here is the display name is going to show up in this area here on the screen, and name is just how it will be displayed within the chowdown dashboard. So if I can identify in the future a domain demo restaurant number 2, we chowdown, and I'll leave it as active. Go down and put my phone number here. And instead of a multiple hub site, I'm going to select single site. When I select single site, I want to make sure that nothing is selected in these businesses, featured business or bronze businesses listings. Instead, I'm going to just use a single business listing here and just pick one of them. Demo restaurant number 2. Again, theme, if I wanted to enter some custom CSS to change the styling, I do that here. And if I wanted to overwrite the logo, I could do that here. But I'm just going to leave that and click save. Now let's see how this looks. For some reason this isn't working. Maybe it doesn't like here. Site, restaurant number 2. Save. So the next thing I want to do is create a single site. So what I'm going to do here is go to new site, create a name. So this is just the name that's displayed in the chowdown system. So maybe it'll be Demo Restaurant. Hope if I spelled it properly. I'm going to go number 3 since I've been making a few as I've been working on this video. Display name, that's the text that'll show up here. So I'm just going to go Demo Restaurant. And domain, demo chowdown.com. My phone, I want to put my own phone number. Just leave that for now. So for a single site, I want to make sure that I go down, select single site. And once I select single site, I want to make sure that none of these have anything selected. Businesses, featured businesses, and bronze businesses all should be unselected for single sites. Instead, what I want to do is I want to go to business, and I want to select the one restaurant that this site is built for. So in the earlier video, we were building demo restaurant number 2, so I'm going to go select that one. Here's where I would put custom CSS if I wanted to style the page a certain way. So there's some custom CSS in your training area that you can use and play around with. And if I wanted to put in a different logo, again, I would do that here. But I'm just going to leave this how it is and click save. And to show you how a single site looks, just with our styling, I'm just going to open a new tab and put it in here. And you can see the default chowdown styling is this orange and blue color. But that can all be changed through CSS and this theme entered into this theme field. So now if I wanted to make an embedded site instead of a single site, the next step would be, and this is optional, is to create an embedded site instead of a single site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to this single site that we just created and show you how to turn it. Actually, no, that's not the right one. This is the one that I wanted to. I'll go edit site. So this is one we created in the previous video. I'm going to change this from single site to embedded site. And leave everything else the same. Just click save. So you can see the process for creating this is exactly the same as a single site. And now this is what it looked like as a single site. Just going to refresh the page to show you what it looks like as an embedded site. And you can see the embedded site removes the header. So what I could do then is just take this link and use an iframe and embed it directly into a client's web page. So that would show up on their site and just use our ordering functionality. And that's how you create an embedded site. Thanks for watching.